Jesus are on the dock ready to go fishing. And all the other fishermen in the Sea of Galilee are out ready to go because Peter, the best fisherman in the Sea of Galilee, is going out and they want to see where he goes and where he finds the fish. So the Lord Jesus and Peter take off, and Jesus is rowing the boat. Peter's sitting in the front of the boat, and he's looking at the weather, and he's checking the waves, checking the wind, and they roll around a little bit. Finally, Peter looks down and says, throw the nets in here. And just as he does that, the Lord Jesus goes, knock, 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 on the side of the boat. And every fish in the Sea of Galilee dives to the bottom of the lake. Peter throws in his nets, whirls them around, pulls up the nets, and he catches absolutely nothing. Scratches his head and says, well, let's look again. And they row a little bit further and try the nets again and throw them in and pull up the nets and catch absolutely nothing. Back and forth, they row around the lake of the Sea of Galilee and they throw in their nets, and all day long they catch absolutely nothing. All the other fishermen watching them start scoffing and say, Peter, finest fisherman in the Sea of Galilee, my head. And then one by one they all row back, and Peter keeps throwing nets in and keeps catching nothing. And finally, discouraged, Peter says, okay, let's go home. And Jesus says, okay. The Lord Jesus is rowing the boat back towards the dock, and Peter's shaking his head. He's all discouraged. They get about 20 feet from the dock, and the Lord Jesus says, let's try again. And Peter says, Lord, all day long, in the heat of the day, we've cast out our nets, and all day long, we've caught absolutely nothing. But if you say the word, we'll try again. He throws out the net just a few feet from the dock, and as he throws the nets out, the Lord Jesus knocks on the side of the boat again, and every fish in the Sea of Galilee comes leaping up into the air, and they're leaping on the boat, and they're leaping on the dock, and they're leaping on the nets, and they're just flooded till the boat can barely row back to the dock. The dock's covered with fish. The boat's filled with fish. All the fishermen saying, wow, Peter, you really are the greatest fisherman in the Sea of Galilee. You're really something, Peter. And Peter gets out of the boat and he scratches his head and he says, take all these fish into the towns and the villages of Galilee. Let no one go hungry in Galilee tonight. What God has given is given away freely. Give these fish away. They gather up the fish and take them away, and they're walking up the dock, and Peter's scratching his head and still wondering. And the Lord Jesus walks up with a smile, wraps his arm around Peter's shoulder and says, now we're doing good.